They say they can't come up here to help us. They can't get up here on the roads. There's a snowstorm coming. You're welcome to stay the night, if it comes to that.
These people make the Addams family look like Ozzie and Harriet, and that one of them's a murderer.
So in other words, this means we're all suspects.
Well, you didn't like George much more than you like me.
I thought you said they were going to get a snowplow up here.
I lied to you.
Although it's not possible for us to fulfill our contract with you by November 10th, due to the recent problems, we will make every effort to do so as long as you make every effort to fulfill your promise, which was made to us during our first days of negotiation. I'm sure you understand this situation and the problems that have arisen financially because of not fulfilling your end of the agreement. Who is it?
Who is that? Who is it?
Secretary phoned it in, said she didn't hear anything. Nobody's been in or out. He's been dead about an hour. Looks like the shot to the heart was the only one, small caliber. Looks like he grabbed that picture just as he died. Maybe he's trying to tell us the killer's the guy in the picture.
Whoever killed him used the private elevator, and the only people who have keys to that elevator are George Edelton's brothers and sisters. Edelton Enterprises is definitely a family corporation.
So you didn't get to talk to any of them?
Well, we located the sister, Sylvia Brand. She and her husband are up at the Edelton family home on Bald Mountain, and one of the brothers is up there with them.
So you have no idea who killed George Edelton?
Well, we checked out this picture he was holding. Turns out to be a photograph of his father, Dwight Edelton. The guy's been dead for over 10 months.
Wait a minute, Dwight Edelton? That rings a bell.
Yeah, well, it should. He's still on our books as an unsolved homicide. And, Captain, this is really weird. He was killed in the same way, in the same office as his son, George.
Who was on that case?
Marty Sussman, but he's still on vacation.
Well, hey, that's a shame. Looks like you and Hunter are stuck with this one, then.
Yeah, that's what Hunter said you'd say. So we need your okay so we can drive on up to Bald Mountain. Hunter thinks the two of the brothers are probably on their way up there right now.
What's it gonna cost?
The cheapest room in the hotel in the area is $110.
Ouch.
Each.
Go. And take some warm clothes. It's cold up there.
How about this house? Makes you feel welcome, doesn't it? Let's hurry up. It's freezing out here.
You didn't happen to bring a St. Bernard with you, did you?
Are you the police?
Yes, I am. Sergeant Hunter, Metro PD, Sergeant McCall.
I'm Sylvia Brand. We spoke on the phone. Won't you come in?
Yes.
I got in touch with David just after you telephoned. He drove straight up. Got hold of John a bit later. He should be here soon. Clara, would you get our guests some tea, please? Sergeant Hunter, Sergeant McCall. These are my brothers, David and Michael. Won't you sit down? So, do any of you know why anyone would want to kill your brother?
No. George didn't have an enemy in the world.
He was a little pompous, but not enough to be murdered for it.
Don't start that crap, Michael.
He was dull, too. Dull, dull, dull. But people don't get killed for that either, do they?
This isn't a time to be funny, Michael. Just cool it.
I was being quite serious, David. I never understood the heat of passion, but I certainly can understand being bored to death.
Yeah, someone kills your brother, and all you can do is make jokes. One of these days, someone's gonna tear off that twerp head of yours and shove it up your head.
David?
My brother gives the impression of being a belligerent drunk until you see him sober.
Stop it, both of you. I apologize for my brothers. We're all very upset.
Oh, I'm Carl Brand.
Sergeant Hunter, Sergeant McCall.
Hello.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
That's all right.
Carl is my husband. These are the officers who telephoned before. They've been asking us some questions.
I see. Well, perhaps I can be of some help.
Do each of you own Edelton Industries equally?
Yes, but George ran the company after Father died.
Oh, I see. Do you think that your brother's death and your father's death was related?
Well, we thought about it, of course, but we just don't know. That's why we're here to discuss it.
I'll need to know where each of you were between the hours of 10 and 11:30 this morning.
So, in other words, this means we're all suspects.
Yes. You see, whoever killed your brother had a key to the elevator. I understand each of you has a key.
Well, I think I should tell you that I'm an attorney.
Well, not a real one, not like Perry Mason. Carl's a tax lawyer.
You don't have to be a criminal defense lawyer to know that you don't have to say word one if you don't care to.
Where do you get off coming up here and accusing us, anyway?
You see, I get off by being a police officer. Second of all, I'm not accusing anybody yet. You all have the right to remain silent. We just came up here hoping that maybe you'd like to help us out.
Well, I, for one, would hate to waste a perfectly good alibi. I was here with Carl and Sylvia. I've been here for 3 weeks, hiding out from a woman who turned out to have a mind of her own.
I was at home, so I don't have an alibi, Ace. But I didn't kill anybody.
That's not very good, David. My money's on you for the job. I mean, you didn't like George much better than you like me.
Keep it up, twit.
Well, looky here, some more family members. Hello, Johnny. Still zapping those death rays?
Go ahead, make jokes while you can, brother dear. Just remember, it's your children who will suffer if we don't do something about it.
I don't have any children, at least none that I know of. It's my brother John, conservator of the ozone layer.
Hi, Sergeant Hunter.
How are you?
Sergeant McCall.
Hello.
This is Elaine Farmer. And my family here, Sylvia, Carl, Michael, and David.
I hope Elaine won't feel too out of place, John. This is a family meeting.
Elaine is my fiancée. I don't think she'll feel out of place at all.
Your sister's right, John. I could stay at the hotel.
No, you're going to stay right here. I assume you have some questions for me?
Well, I have questions for everybody.
Good.
I'll start off by asking you the same question I asked these folks. Where were you this morning between the hours of 10 and 11:30?
I was on the road. I gave a lecture in Santa Barbara last night.
Lecture on what?
Oh, now you've done it.
I'm head of the Edelton Environmental Foundation. We study the effects of hydrocarbons on the ozone layer, that is the portion of the atmosphere that protects us from the harmful rays of the sun.
Are you two prepared to stay here the entire evening?
Excuse me, that's my private phone.
Forget nuclear war. It's hairspray is going to be the end of life as we know it.
Do you know why anybody would want to kill your brother?
No. No, but I am very busy with the foundation. You know, I really didn't see that much of George.
Do you want me to serve dinner now, Mrs. Brand?
Is that all?
Oh, I think that'll be it for now. We're staying down at the village, and perhaps we could continue to talk tomorrow.
Then you'll excuse us.
Sure.
Yes, Clara, you may serve. Set an extra place for
Elaine.
Elaine.
Another fun-filled family dinner at the Rue Morgue.
Turn the heat on. Oh, no.
Wide over.
Great.
Hit the starter. Hit it again.
Great. Now what?
Well, we better get a mechanic.
All right, let's go inside and do it. I'm gonna die if I stay out here.
Could we use your telephone? We have cards.
Certainly, right this way.
You do the honors, huh?
You have a phone book?
Of course. Here you are.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is there something wrong?
Well, we acquired some car problems, and we're trying to get a mechanic.
There's a filling station at the end of the road, but I really don't know if they'll come out this time of night.
I'm up at the Edelton house, and my car won't start. Well, yeah, that's right. Well, we're Los Angeles police officers. We don't have... Okay, yeah, I understand. Thank you.
They say they can't come up here to help us. There's a snowstorm coming. So, come in to dinner. And you're welcome to stay the night, if it comes to that.
No, thank you. We're gonna try to work the phone some more. Thanks, anyway.
You work on the phone, I'm gonna eat.
What a partner. Okay, let's see here now.
Are you really a cop?
Yes, I am.
Do you like it?
Yes. Thank you. Do you like what you do?
Oh, absolutely. I do nothing at all. Well, no, that's not entirely true. I serve an essential social function. I am a terrific fill-in at dinner parties.
He's lazy. He doesn't want to do anything. He never did.
Do we have to air all this in front of our guests?
You know, man is the only animal that makes a virtue out of working. I do not work because our father invented the splatter-free skillet lid. And thanks to grease-splattered housewives everywhere, I can afford to do nothing at all.
Man is also the only animal that is cynical.
No, John, cats are cynical, too. Sam Spade over there makes me look almost pious.
Clara, have Bert fix that shutter right away, please. Looks like a bad one.
Shouldn't you bring those dogs in from this storm?
We don't bring our dogs inside the house. They have a kennel.
Did you hear that?
Of all the noises we've heard since we've been here, which noise are you referring to?
The gunshot. It was a gunshot. Did you hear that?
It wasn't a gunshot. It was a branch that had fallen off a tree due to the insurmountable weight of the snow that landed upon it.
You sure?
Haven't you ever been to the mountains?
Yes, I've been to the mountains. But I was raised in the city, and if I ever get back there, that's where I'm going to stay.
Well, don't worry about it. The plows will be here tomorrow morning to dig us out. Are you scared, or do you have to go potty?
I'm just, I'm jumpy, you know, I'm jumpy. This makes a lot of noises up here. This place has a lot of noises. How did you raid a room like this?
Well, didn't you notice Sylvie and I have a rapport?
Yes, right. What is that? The Life and Time of Stanislavski? Since when did you start to read in bed?
Well, actually, tonight's my first night. I'm kind of excited about it.
Yeah, I wonder which one of our suspects reads books on acting. Looks very warm in there.
Okay. Come on in, Sergeant. Make my night. Get a couple parkas and maybe some snowshoes in the closet if you need them.
Go ahead and make jokes. I'm freezing to death. Hunter, there's something very weird about this place.
Yeah, well.
No. Seriously, I'm serious. I mean, besides the fact that these people make the Addams family look like Ozzie and Harriet and that one of them is a murderer, there's something strange here. I just can't put my finger on it. Hunter?
It's just a power shortage. Relax. What are you so afraid of the dark for?
I'm not afraid of the dark. Do you have that flashlight?
freezing in here.
We had a power failure, Michael.
Are you sure? Maybe we could take up a collection and pay your electric bill.
Very funny, Michael. You can see your breath in my room.
Yeah, well, at least you have someone to keep you warm.
They're not married, Michael. They have separate bedrooms.
Oh, I'm sorry, John. I thought it was 1987.
Where's David?
David sleeps like the dead. Comes from having an uncluttered mind.
Clara, will you go and tell David, please, that we expect him at breakfast in 5 minutes?
There's no eggs. What are we supposed to do with these? Eat them or sketch with them?
Michael, Clara did the best that she could on a wood stove.
Bert, I thought I told you to fix that shutter.
I did. Came loose again.
Well, fix it again.
I thought you said they were going to get a snowplow up here.
I lied to you.
At this point, I'd settle for snowshoes.
David?
Now, Clara, you say you walked down the corridor. When you got to David's door, you knocked. You didn't get a reply, so you let yourself in, is that right?
Yes.
And that's when you found David's body. Did you hear anything at all?
He was so still. He was so...
Did anybody hear anything at all last night?
You couldn't hear a bomb go off in here last night with that wind howling and that damn shutter.
I fixed it. It keeps breaking loose.
Excuse me. Was David killed in the same way as George?
Yes, he was. Shot in the chest with a small caliber handgun.
Has anybody figured out what this means here? Have you faced this? Someone is killing us one by one.
Michael, would you just be quiet? Can't you do something?
Yes, Sylvia, I can do something. I'm going to. I'm going to search this house from top to bottom. Now, Bert, I'm going to need a flashlight.
Under the kitchen sink.
Search for what?
A gun? Maybe there's somebody in the house we don't know about.
That's impossible.
Sylvia, nothing in this house would surprise me in the least. Now, Sergeant McCall will be in charge.
Getting out of here. Whoever it is not going to get me. So long, family. Eat my dust.
I'm afraid I can't let you go anywhere. Not until my partner gets back.
Michael, the snow is 6 feet deep in the driveway.
Stay here like drug animals. Someone's trying to kill us.
Michael, come on and sit down.
Come on, Bert. Get something to fix this window.
I'm afraid, Sylvia.
Yes, so am I.
She's like a rock, isn't she? Even when I was a kid, she took care of me. People do that. I don't know. They take care of me. Maybe it has something to do with my flawed character. Are you all right?
No, I am not all right. 2 of my brothers are dead. Why did you bring her here? This was a family gathering to talk about George's death, and you bring a stranger into the house.
I'm going to marry her. She is not a stranger.
She is to me.
Did you find anything?
I found a 45 in your room.
But did you leave it there?
No, I took it.
Oh, you didn't search us.
That's next. I'll search the men, and Sergeant McCall will search the ladies.
No one is searching me in my own home. You've already been through my private possessions. You have no right to do that.
Oh, I'm afraid he does, dear.
They're Los Angeles police officers on a murder case. They have every right to investigate. We have nothing to hide.
You go right ahead.
Let's get started. Well, I'm not taking my clothes off more than 2 feet from this fire.
That's a good idea. The women stay here and the men in the dining room. Thank you.
I'll go first.
Sergeant Hunter and I have discussed it, and if everyone would feel better, we can all stay down here tonight. Well, I, for one, would feel a good deal safer in my own room. There are good locks on the doors. David just didn't have his locked.
Well, that's up to you.
Thank you.
We who are about to die salute you.
Bert, Claire, could we have a word with you for a minute? How long have you worked with the Edeltons?
Ever since Mr. DeWitt bought the place 25 years ago.
Well, you must know the family pretty well, then. Oh, look, come on, you two. You've got to know what the hell's going on around here.
Anything you tell us will be held in the strictest confidence. What about Mrs. Edelton, the mother? Where is she?
Which one?
Are there two Mrs. Edeltons?
Mr. John's mother died in childbirth. The other 3 children are from Mr. Edelton's second wife.
What happened to her?
She divorced him 10 years ago.
Dead now. Auto accident in Italy.
Can we go to bed now?
Sure. Yeah. Good night. Thank you. I'll be in the hall. You can stay in your room.
No, I'm gonna sleep in the 4-poster, thank you. Just wake me up when you're tired and I'll be there. Hunter, do me a favor. Kill the cat.
God. No. No!
Michael!
No, wait.
Michael! Michael!
Get everybody down to the family room and keep a good close eye on him, will you?
What do you want?
Where's Clara? Didn't you two hear anything just now?
In this storm, down here?
Is there any way you can get inside Michael's room without using the doors?
No. Not if the windows are locked from the inside, and they are.
What's wrong? What's happening?
Would both of you be so kind as to come to the family room? It's Michael. He's been murdered.
Where you going?
Well, there's got to be another way into Michael's room. I'm going to go take a look for it.
Maybe someone just got there ahead of him.
No. Everybody was in the hall after the gunshot except for Claire and Bert.
What are you saying? You think that there's some kind of a secret passage in this house or something?
Just like in the movies, my dear.
I don't care what your sister says. Those dogs are suffering out there.
It's all right, Elaine. They're just frightened.
So am I.
Sergeant McCall, I want you to arrest that woman.
Why?
Because she murdered my brothers and probably my father.
She's crazy.
I knew I'd seen her someplace before.
Now I know where.
Her name isn't Elaine Farmer. It's Denise Parkins. She was sleeping with my father.
This does look a lot like you. Would you like to try to explain it?
Who looks like her?
She does. This is a picture of her and my father, whom she claims never to have met.
It is a picture of me. And I did know her father. But I haven't killed anybody.
Dwight was 30 years older than me and rich. And I told him what people would think, but he laughed. He said that people would stop talking about us when we invited them to our 25th anniversary party. Dwight told Sylvia about the wedding. She knew about it.
That's a lie. I never heard a word about a wedding. I don't think one was ever planned.
Sylvia threw a fit. She called him an old fool and told him that I was after his money. I would have married Dwight if he didn't have a dime. He said that Sylvia was scared that we'd get fruitful and multiply, and that she'd inherit a few less million. It was a joke, but a week later he was dead.
So why'd you change your appearance and your name?
Because I knew that one of them had killed Dwight. I went to John, I told him what I thought and how I felt.
It's true. Denise came to me and she convinced me that she was right, that one of the family did indeed kill my father. So I agreed to help her find out what happened.
You let her use you?
That is enough, Sylvia.
Well, why did you go to John? Why didn't you suspect him, too?
Because John was in London when Dwight was killed. John really loved his father. And Dwight talked about John as if he was the only son he had. We both loved him. We had to know who killed him. That's why we're here, to find out, not to kill anybody.
She's lying. Sylvia knew nothing about any wedding plans.
Are you going to arrest her?
No.
Why not?
Well, I can't prove she killed anybody. Besides, I don't think she's going anywhere, do you?
Just up the stairs to kill us in our sleep.
No, she's not. She's going right up to her room, just like you and everybody else is. Now, Sergeant McCall and I are going to be in the hallway all night.
I know what you did.
And I know what you did.
Hey, I found the panel.
You're kidding me. Where?
In Michael's closet, there's a corridor that honeycombs throughout the house, and I'm going in there right now.
All right, just be careful. I'll wait for you out in the hall.
Good idea. Stop right there, police.
Oh, God! He's my father!
It's John.
There were no fatalities reported, but some people up on Bald Mountain have had some pretty wild experiences during the storm. 3 people were injured in one accident, but not to worry. Help's on the way. Plows are making their way up the mountain right now. Again, no fatalities were reported.
It's my fault. I did it. What do you mean it's your fault?
John didn't even suspect that anyone had killed his father until I made him believe it. He was happy with his life until then. I turned him into a killer.
You don't know who killed Dwight Edelton, do you?
Sylvia probably, or George, or both.
Elaine doesn't know who killed Dwight Edelton. She's just guessing.
The Dwight Edelton murder case is not our problem anymore. That's Charlie's. We solved our murder case, remember? John Edelton killed George, Michael, and David.
What are you talking about? The Dwight Edelton murder case is still open. And I know you. You'd love to solve it.
Oh.
Yes, you... Besides, what if Sylvia did it and she gets away with it?
So what you're saying is you'd like to have Charlie open the Dwight Edelton murder case so we can investigate this family again?
Yeah. When John Edelton decided his half-sister and half-brothers killed his father, he just went over the edge. I mean, the guy lost it. If we hadn't have stopped him, he would have wound up killing Sylvia and her husband, too.
All right, I'm convinced. But who killed the old man 10 months ago? Well, come on now. Who killed Dwight Edelton?
Oh, we don't know, Charlie. You see, Carl and Sylvia are the only ones left in the family, and they're not talking. However, what I have here is our case. Solved, completed murder case. As you can see, El Finito.
But it still does leave the Dwight Edelton murder case open and unsolved.
But I don't believe Charlie gave us that case. That's not our case, remember?
We think that someone in the Edelton family did kill Dwight. We just don't know which one. And I think that if we had a little more time to investigate, we'd be able to...
You got it. As a matter of fact, as of this minute, I'm putting you and Hunter on the Dwight Edelton case. And I'll expect a report in, say, 24 hours, okay? Well, what are you waiting for? Get your tails in gear here. Get me the answer. We don't like unsolved cases in this division.
Hey, wait a minute.
What is wrong with you? You want to find out who killed Edelton just as much as I do.
No, I don't. Look, I had one dream in this world, never to hear the name Edelton again. Thanks, you crushed that dream for me.
I can't believe you sometimes.
That can't be.
What?
That man at my desk. That's the head of that crazy family. That's Carl.
Good.
Hiya, Carl. What can we do for you?
I'm here on behalf of my wife. She wants to make a statement about the death of her father.
Oh, really?
She didn't kill him.
Well, who did?
George got David and Michael to join him. I don't know who pulled the trigger. They later told Sylvia. She kept silent all this time. She didn't even tell me till now. David became a drunk. Michael got even more insufferable than he was before. Sylvia kept quiet to protect her brothers. She was the only real mother they ever had.
Where's Sylvia right now?
She's out in the car. She wants you to set up a meeting with someone from the DA's office to discuss an equitable settlement.
Yeah, I can do that. Have her get an attorney.
We already have. He'll be here.
Good. Thanks for coming in.
Okay. So I guess we know everything now.
Oh, yeah.
Except for who jimmied the car?
I jimmied the car.
What?
I jimmied the car.
What'd you do that for?
Because I wanted your performance on the phone and to Sylvia to be impeccable, and it was. Congratulations.
You lied to me.
Sure.
What is it about you two? I gave you a case to solve, so go solve it.
What case is that, Charlie?
The Dwight Edelton case.
Oh, we solved that already. Hey, let's get something to eat.